right, so for today's game, I am going to be casting a little bit of 3v3 Black Forest. In the pocket position on the top team in yellow, we have myself, Steve Sharpe, but for the purposes of this recording, assume or act as if that's someone else. To the right, we have the Brother Man in the teal color. The Brother Man is the Turks. By the way, I forgot to mention Steve Sharpe is the Malians in the center. And then on the left flank, we have Hope, who is the Ethiopians. Really strong civs there for the top team. In the bottom right, on the bottom team in red, we've got the Magyars for the red team, another really nice civ. The blue team in the pocket position, Vietnamese. And on the far left are the Italians with Joker as the Italian. So let's take a look at the map here. Purple opposite of orange. Pretty standard BF map here, although really easy for either of those two to wall forward. Only just a couple of choke-off points there to block that path. Now blue is sending villagers forward. He's gonna run into a wolf, but he is properly taking care of that with his scout. The wall, not atypical for Black Forest, or the map I should say, is fairly easily wallable. Purple coming forward as well, so purple on the top team and blue on the bottom team looking for some very forward walls. Not a lot of resources in this area, so it doesn't necessarily help blue to go full forward like that. But he's going to do it anyway, wants to keep the opponents really penned back. Purple is now pushing out into the gap, trying to secure the relic behind his wall. He's also going to wall off the other choke point. So purple on the north team is really coming forward now. Here's a problem he has. A little bit of a villager fight going on here in the middle. Because blue had come far enough forward that purple may not be able to get down and get into that wall position. Steve Sharpe bringing a scout over to maybe try to stop this from happening. I don't think he can stop with the two villagers plus a blue scout here. I don't think he can stop this wall from going up. It's going to get a few attacks in, but no. Blue is actually going to get the forward wall, so these walls put up by purple will not go up unless he comes forward. Now purple is engaging with orange again, so the forward walls of the north team have not worked out at all. Look at this. If purple secures this wall, which may or may not happen here with a scout forward, he has two vills in orange's base. Orange has fully walled off purple here. Now the question is, if purple walls here, that will kind of invalidate orange's wall there. He'd be completely locked out. So it's up to purple there. Let me check and make sure I see what's going on this side. Nothing that the Brother Man is doing out of the ordinary. He's got his scouts sitting forward, but neither he nor red have attempted walls. Steve Sharpe in the pocket position is just building up. Unaware of this action. So purple has given up one set of his forward walls. This is probably the most action here. So purple didn't finish his walls. He's actually moving to the side to potentially close off this choke point here. But he's being chased by an Orangeville. That's not going to work out for orange necessarily. He's going to get stuck behind the wall. Purple now attacking the orange walls. Orange sending a villager up there to stop. He builds a house and cuts it off nicely. So orange is likely to secure this. Purple's score is going to fall behind with so many villagers forward. And blue is sending most of his villagers back. So I think although the score advantage right now goes to the team from the north, definitely the positional advantage is going to the team from the south. And they're getting, oh, look at this, purple losing a villager right there. His scout is likely to, well, his scout should win that villager fight. And orange has been blocked out. So purple has gone ahead and given up on this wall and built backwards. So orange secures the forward wall, secures the relic on his side. Nice play. by Joker there. Purple Scout goes down, actually. Wow. When I moved away from that fight, it looked close. Orange will lose the Vil, but Purple lost a Villager and a Scout, so not necessarily the best start there. He will finish these walls, but Orange is going to try to break in here. And Purple typing to the rest of his, or chatting with the rest of his team that he lost some Vils, but got a few on Orange. Let's take a look at Eco now. The walls are in place. Steve Sharpe luring his second board now. Steve Sharpe has mainly just stayed back and boomed here. Sent a Scout forward, but never sent any Vils forward, in a pretty good position. Meanwhile, the Brother Man has been mostly the same. In fact, he did not. Well, now what? I take that back. The Brother Man with a this wall is interesting to say the least. This Villager is probably going to go down. He's taken some hits from both a Villager and a Scout. Brother Man loses the Villager, so instead of walling off this choke point here, which is the only place he really needed, Brother Man sent all the way forward and dang near completed the entire wall. Red with a double wall here. So the northern team, or the top team, is losing the walling game. Red is going to send this Villager forward, and Brother Man making a farm out in the middle of nowhere. I like it. I assume he plans to mill these boars. Red secures the wall entirely. And so right now, blue, red, and orange have pushed forward. Purple has gotten inside here, so he has finished these two walls. So purple has kind of reclaimed the area here, now forcing orange. Well, orange is now walling his own Vil. He's going to have to fix that at some point. So fairly even on this side, although purple was able to get these very forward walls. Again, there's no resources or anything in this middle area, so everybody really duked it out over this middle area for not really that important of a position. All right, let's take a look at the eco of the southern teams. Orange is going he's going a bunch of farms here, so Joker really loading up on food. Trying to get ready for a push, I assume, to go Castle Age pretty soon, right after Feudal. In the middle, blue has, well, he sent a whole bunch of villagers after a boar. No mill, they're going to carry all that food back, so not the most efficient. He has milled the deer down below. And then the red player, after knocking back Brother Man, another person who's walled in a Vil. Let's see, did Orange, okay, so Orange had to delete some walls to get his Vil. Now the Brother Man has done the same thing. He's walled in a Vil. And a bit sloppy play. Looks like he's going to delete that wall. Alright, so Steve Sharpe, definitely with the largest boom, well ahead of his teammates, but he didn't try to go forward with any walls. He did wall to the right side. That is actually a helpful wall, although this area here is also still open. That helps because red has secured this area here and blue has pushed a wall. Now this is a good wall for blue. This really comes from Steve Sharpe not going forward to wall, allowing blue to get up to there. Could have even gone further. Steve Sharpe double walling here, so going to try to choke the fight elsewhere. So very quiet right now as the walling has subsided and everyone is pushing forward. Steve Sharpe on the way to Feudal Age. Hope in purple is just clicked up to Feudal Age. And the Brother Man is almost into Feudal Age. The Brother Man now. Interesting walling by the Brother Man. Interesting play here by the brother man. Not exactly the most efficient play. There's double walls from red here, and I'm not exactly sure what that is. He must have thought he could get in there. So a lot of wood sitting idle by the brother man there. Let's switch over to the southern side. Joker is also almost up to feudal age. So everybody except for blue and purple are in feudal at the 15-minute mark. Everybody, as is traditional with Black Forest, after they went forward and walled, everybody pretty much going with fast castle. Blue with a lot of idle vills in the south, so all those vills that were milling deers. Low food income for blue here with the idols, although I don't know how long they've been idle that way. And if I go to his viewpoint, his food income is very low, so or his food his food income is low. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Red, pretty good food income. If I switch over to red, he is up to feudal, although building a lot of villas, so not exactly fast castle. He doesn't have enough villagers on gold to go castle age. So let's look at castle age potential. Red is a bit behind. Blue is also a bit behind because he was late to getting the food income up there. If we go to orange, the Joker in the corner, he has tons of food, but I don't believe he has any villagers on gold, so he could use a market and go up, but he's just now going to go gold. So all of those players are a bit behind on castle age, and that's going to play out later on. Purple is a lot of alerts going on. Purple is even going shore fishing, actually a nice little pond, although not a lot of fish in the pond. Purple's looking good. In fact, he went castle. He went wheelbarrow first, which is fine. And I assume as soon as that is over, he will click up. Steve Sharpe also has just a little shy on food. Tons of gold. So Steve Sharpe went gold early. Now he's going to be slow on his castle time. But when it comes time to make an attack, Steve Sharpe, with all this food and gold, is going to be able to really push as soon as he goes castle age. Let's check population too. So Steve Sharpe, 35 population, still not clicked up. Brother Man, 29, so a bit behind there. I think his adventures with the walling cost him there. If we go to purple, he is 31 population. TC is idle, so he pushed forward for a tower. So interesting play there from purple. And orange is actually almost through, but can he do anything really? No, purple's sealed off here. He's sealed off there. Steve Sharpe's even gone and sealed off this middle choke point with a double, although if he wants to come help Brother Man with an attack, maybe only a single palisade would have been fine there. So purple is up. Steve Sharpe is about halfway up. Brother Man is almost up to castle age. If we switch over to the southern team, Joker has clicked up. Blue still in feudal and will have the food income. So that slow food income, that idle time on the villagers there, and the walking back with the boar really cost blue on idle time. And then if we look at red, he's also up. So right now, blue is the one behind on castle age and is behind for his team. Brother Man is quick to castle age, but his score is a bit lower on his side. So I'm going to switch over to where a lot of the action is going on. Purple here is built a tower on orange, and he is looking to push a little bit here on orange. And he's also pushing through the walls of blue, so going spears right now. No upgrades on the spears. So Ethiopians do have a nice infantry unique tech. If he starts working on upgrades for infantry, that will pay off later. Purple, after he secured this area in the middle, also built up his blacksmith and more military buildings in the middle. So if anything, his ability to take this center area allowed him to build his military more further forward, so that helps. Steve Sharpe, let's check what he's doing now that he has gone up to Castle Age. Steve Sharpe is going full knights. That massive golden food income. And Steve Sharpe is pulling into a pretty good score lead as well. That massive food income is allowing the knights to go, so he's going to push into this area. Just have to get through the blue walls there. And a siege workshop, Ethiopian's a very good siege. Blue and orange definitely don't want anything happening there. I suspect that this fight's gonna have to happen out here in front no matter what, just because both Steve Sharpe and Purple are going to start sending down. Brother Man, I wasn't paying attention. Brother Man, as soon as he went up to Castle Age, he had enough villagers on stone to drop a castle. So Brother Man's actually going to put a little pressure here. The castle walls off entirely the choke point. I wonder, is he ever going to be able to finish the walls that he laid down here? Or is he ever going to try to reclaim all of that wood? We shall see. We shall see. Steve Sharpe accumulating a lot of knights in the middle. They also have +1 attack and both armor upgrades, so not only is he generating a decent amount of knights, but they're going to be really strong when they come forward. Looking on the other side, blue has stonewalled there. It looks like red has pushed out a little bit and is going archery range as the Magyars, which is probably going to be cavalry archers with the Magyars. So Steve Sharpe's coming in now on the palisades. We've got a Mangonel out for purple. So there's going to be a bit of a push here by the northern team. They've got the score lead. They've got the advantage lead. Blue was late to Castle Age. Orange is in a pretty good position. His eco is solid. He has a couple of TCs out. Blue has 2 TCs as well. Red coming forward with and he is going, Cav Archer's going to try to get this middle area. He has 1, 2 TCs himself. And Brother Man looking good with his forward castle, TC on gold. So everybody over here is 2 TCs. Steve Sharpe is also 2. So everybody right now is 2 TCs. Let's get to the middle of the action. Mangonel firing in there. And blue is helping orange wall up, so they really want to stay defensive here in Castle Age. Another TC for orange, so the boom is going to be pretty solid for orange. He's building his university, so let's check orange's resources. The Joker, he actually could go Imperial as soon as the Monastery University are finished, so it looks like we are going to get not very much actual attacks happening in Castle Age right now. Oh, Steve Sharpe has deleted a couple of his walls, and he's sending his knights the other way. So realizing this is walled up, I believe Steve Sharpe has realized that the push may need to come from this way, and these cavalry archers are pretty strong, +2 attack and a couple of armor upgrades, but he's going to take down the scout. Now, Steve Sharpe, if I switch to Steve Sharpe's view in the fog of war, he doesn't necessarily see the rest of what's down there, but he is going to send the knights to investigate, and he's going to run into a bunch of cavalry archers from red, but these knights are going to clean up. These knights are really tanky with the Pierce armor. Take down the Mangonel first, and then Steve Sharpe's going to clear this. let's see if red has a couple of monks coming out of the monastery, so maybe we'll be able to convert some of these knights, but Steve Sharpe really cleans up the situation here. Now, red's going to try to wall. Steve Sharpe really needs to stop the walling that could happen here. Now, he doesn't quite see it, so allowing them... Okay, now here goes. The knight's coming forward. Going to push in on the monastery. And he's got more knights coming now. Here comes the monks. One monk out, and he is killed before any knights are converted. So that is a really big big break for Steve Sharpe. Let's check the middle here. Purple's still pushing with just pikemen in siege at the moment. Double wall in the back by blue. That's going to be hard to get in. Plenty of walling on this side. So the action right now... Brother Man is content to sit back behind this castle. The action right now is right here. And another monk out for red. Although he is idle, and that monk's going to go down. So red loses the monastery, loses all of his cav archers, and loses the monks with no conversions on the knights from Steve Sharpe. And now Steve Sharpe's going to push in. Just a handful of cavalry archers sitting back here. It looks like red going barracks now, probably going to try to get some pikemen out. Steve Sharpe again, let's go Fog of War. He sees the other archery range, so needs to push forward. Orange now finally up to the Imperial Age. He's the first one in Imperial, so probably going to get some attack on the left, but we're going to see how this unfolds here in the middle. Steve Sharpe cleaning up here, so this is really going to set red back. A whole bunch of expensive cav archers going down. Steve Sharpe probably going to want to take out these production buildings so that red cannot get any more out. No pressure here from the Brother Man. A lot of military going up here from Orange. So Orange is in Imperial Age. He's looking to make a push. He's the strongest scorer on his team. Blue, after he walled up, really just sat back in the middle. So, well, he has a lot of pikes. So he actually sent a lot of pikes forward and cleaned up the little push that purple had. So blue is going to make a move here. Let's check blue now to see if he has the resources. He'll be going Imperial soon. Right now, only Joker and Orange on the bottom left is Imperial, but blue is going to push with skirms and spears as Vietnamese hit a bunch of his own guys with the mangonel. That's not necessarily a good attack. Purple is asking for Steve Sharpe for help, although Steve Sharpe is a little bit concerned. He's gone full knights, and blue has gone mostly spears, and with the barracks down here for Orange, it looks like he will also be going spears. Now a castle here for Orange. Trebs are out, as he's the only one in Imperial, so Orange is going to push the choke point here. While blue is pushing forward here, Steve Sharpe's knight's not necessarily going to help much over here, although he has entirely cleaned up everything red has done. Let's check and see what Steve Sharpe will do now. Right now has mainly just created the knights. And no more knights coming out, so focused on economy. Just needs a little bit more gold. Way weighted on the food production here, so really could use the market and go Imperial. Steve Sharpe not able to get in, actually. This is completely cut off by Purple's buildings. I don't believe there is even a way in, so blue will keep pushing here. Couple of trebuchets out for Orange. This tower is going to go down. So purple asking for help, but there's no way in. There's no way that either he or Steve Sharpe or anyone else can get in. Can't actually even get past these buildings until this is cleared. These knights are, maybe they'll pick off the mangonel in the middle, but they're going to, they're actually, so it looks like Steve Sharpe is seeing if there's a way around. Unfortunately, he is going to find that there is a gate blocking this, and there's nowhere to go. So those knights will go down. Right now, a lot of knights sitting idle here, but red has been completely pushed back. And he's not going to make any attacks this way because Brother Man has cut this off. Brother Man going to slowly start to push here. While everything is really secured, this is the main battle here is blue pushing up the middle. We have orange with a lot of trebuchets. He's going with the Genoese crossbowmen as Italian, very strong unit there. So right now, it looks like purple is going to be the most under threat. Orange going to push there, blue in the middle. Steve Sharpe, all knights, and he may do some damage down here on red. He sent all the knights to red. The problem is red is not much of a threat, and he's defending with monks. So this is a nice push. The bottom team has taken over the score lead. And right now, Steve Sharpe bringing some villagers forward, so maybe something new going to come. Blue is cleaning up all of purple's production buildings. And orange is in with the trebs, although Steve Sharpe brought a few knights around, so these trebs are going to go down. These trebs and a few of the villagers are going to go down. The Genoese crossbowmen will clean this up, but not after wasting trebs. So right now, orange pushing forward with his trebs prior to securing, bringing other military units has been a mistake. This treb should still go down to the ram. Purple has asked Steve Sharpe to go with champions, and Steve Sharpe pushing now on red. So Steve Sharpe is trying to keep the pressure here on red, keep him out, although purple, he's kind of abandoned purple in the middle. He's sending knights that way, which will help against the crossbowmen. Oh, here we go. Barracks coming up. Barracks coming up from Steve Sharpe, so it does look like champs is going to be the answer on this side. And he has the economy to back it up. Plenty of gold, although this could be cleaned up. Mainly a 2 TC push. And pushing with barracks now on red as well, and a castle drop right here. Nice positioning there to keep red from getting out of his area. Now to Brother Man coming forward with his own trebuchets. So blue is total pikes. And they're unupgraded too, so a lot of units here, but unupgraded pikes. Honestly, that's going to get just absolutely shredded if Steve Sharpe can get the champions or swordsman line out. Joker trying to drop a castle right here, but I don't think that's going to work. Skirmishers from purple and Steve Sharpe with the knights, so this little attack is being pushed back. Although blue is pushing here with a lot of pikes and a lot of rams, I think that eventually, let's see if Sharpe is getting any of these units out. Doing all the researches, but still no swordsman line. Long swordsman's being researched, so I think has this little area under control. And they've successfully pushed back orange in this area, although these knights on aggressive mode are going to get in too deep and they will go down, although this is a nice little push. This castle here is not going to go up for orange, and quite frankly a bunch of unupgraded pikes, and they're going to run into purple's castle. So this push that the southern team had has really been pushed back and has given plenty of time for the long swordmen and eventually champions to come out. It's just a matter of massing up and pushing back. Plenty of fighting going on here, and the monks are going to do... the monks actually converting some knights, so Steve Sharpe not paying attention there. Too busy fighting on the other side. These knights are just going to keep getting converted, although he's got 4 barracks going long swordsmen there, so it looks like Steve Sharpe is going to be pushing on both sides, helping purple on this side, and purple now also has the Shotel warrior, a very nice unit for the Ethiopians. So for the time being, orange's push has been stopped. Blue is still here, does have some archers in the middle, and this is just a really important thing. The lack of upgrades all around. Now he is in castle, so you know the +1/+1/+1 on the spears is the best he can do. But look how many of these two-handed swordsmen, eventually long swordsmen, and then eventually champions, and they are +2 attack, +5 on the pierce. I don't think Blue can deal with this with pikemen and just a handful of archers. Let's check on the Brother Man's push. The Brother Man's push is getting knocked back. The Magyar's coming in with the cav archers, although this is not what Red needed to deal with. A push on the Brother Man while Steve Sharpe is amassing here on his front. Still has a lot of knights. Put out a few of the two-handed swordsmen here as well. And also queuing up Gebettos. Although the Gebettos are ranged here, so that might help pick off a few of the monks. And it looks like there's plenty of mass here for Steve Sharpe. Let's see if any of these barracks are doing further upgrades. And the champion research coming in right there. Once these are champs, so the fight's going to happen before they're champs. Don't think it's going to matter too much. All of these spears are going to get cleaned up right here. And this is likely the game as the flood of champions are going to start coming out. Shoto, Warrior, and Skirms. Good combination here. A lot of guys here for Orange, so a lot of Condottieros and Genoese crossbowmen, so there will eventually be a nice little push there, but Blue is going to lose everything that he had in the middle. And the Gebettos picking off all the monks, potentially. A couple of conversions. If this monk can go down, and it looks like Steve Sharpe is ready for the push. Maybe no. Gonna bring out a few trebuchets, knock down the walls, and then push by a ton of military there. And has cleaned up all of Blue's army, so all they have to now deal with is the push from Orange. And I think they've got plenty to stop that, so the push up the middle from Blue was nice. Orange had a nice push here. I think the mistake, Orange lost all the trebuchets and then tried for that very aggressive castle that got pushed back by the combo of Steve Sharpe and Purple. Blue's problem is, although he was pushing strong up the middle, it was mostly pikemans, which were a good counter to what Steve Sharpe was putting out, but were not a good counter to what Purple was putting out. And Steve Sharpe now going to knock down the walls and come on in, and when all these knights and champions come in, it's going to be bad for Red. And Brother Man also pushing forward with another castle, and he gets it up. So Brother Man, although while quiet most of this game, and the low score on his team, he's done enough here that he's kept Red occupied. And this little squeeze, Steve Sharpe actually probably invested a little too much here. But here come the champions down the middle. That castle is not going to go up, although a nice little attempt at a quick wall. That's not going to go up. The push down here from Orange is also not going to be successful, as the skirmishers are going to go and the champions pushing in there. So it's looking like this is game. Steve Sharpe going to knock down the wall and come in. Brother Man making his own push on the other side. And the GG should be called relatively soon. Everything here in the middle is cleaned up. Really no need to push further there. Orange is being knocked back by the champions, although Purple needs to come and join the push. Those champions will go down. Steve Sharpe more than likely focused on what is happening over on this side, and the champs are in. The knights need to push. The trebs need to push. Here come the knights. And that'll do it. All of Red's base is going to go down. The Brother Man doing just enough on his side. All of these champs, the castle went down in the middle there. In fact, he lost all the stone from the castle as well. So Blue has been pushed completely back. Orange has a little bit of army here, but he's got all of purple on the other side. And here comes the big push from Steve Sharpe. That's going to clear out everything that red has. All of these villagers going down. So securing this little area here, although he sat on it for a little while, ended up paying dividends because red never was able to really get anything going. Brother Man choked off with 2 castles, and that is the end of the game. GG call.